Before we begin, I would like to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. We are excited to share our knowledge and insights with you. Our goal is to equip you with the tools and strategies you need to drive sales and growth in your e-commerce business using machine learning. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming our host for today's webinar, the talented Mr. Chetan Sharma.
So thank you so much, Purvi, for your kind words. I again thank everybody who is available on this webinar, who has taken their valuable time to understand the impact of machine learning into e-commerce business. So before moving ahead on this webinar, I would really take a moment to clear the agenda for this particular webinar. Here we are going to understand how two very important business tools, when I talk about machine learning and AI, are jointly helping e-commerce business to have extravagant sales in 2024. So before we move on, let's congratulate each one of you that you have been, getting exposed and getting aware of machine learning and its implications on e-commerce business. So over last 10 years, if we analyze, the e-commerce industry has seen exponential growth. It has seen immense data coming in through e-commerce websites, through different portals, through number of sales, through number of products. So there's an influx of data. And then there is an absolute need of a data processing tool that will help you to do accurate decision making. And that is where machine learning in combination with AI has played a very important role. Machine learning has its different applications within the e-commerce business that would not only help you to get accurate information, that will also help you to have a better user experience, that will also help you to increase your sales, increase your revenues, and have retention rate of your customers increase. How it is going to do is what we will covering in this particular webinar. So the first thing that we are going to understand is what are the possible applications of machine learning within an e-commerce business. So first of all, machine learning will help you to understand your market, your customer analytics. This will also help you to understand trends, predict the trends, understand that at what given point of time, which product will be higher in demand, which products would not be in demand, which are the products that needs more attention, how you are going to maintain your stocks based on the prediction of the product sales. You can also modulate, modify, or manipulate your pricing. Machine learning also helps you to create targeted marketing, ads, create dynamic pricing, and also create tailor-made promotions. So when I talk about tailor-made promotions, that means with the help of machine learning, you will be able to understand segment of customers, their behavior, their previous purchases, their demographies, their purchasing power, their age groups, their gender, and based on all these accurate informations, you can create your promotions, you can create your discounts, you can create your combinations, you can create your promos, and this will help you to attract more and more customers. With machine learning, you can also enhance your user experience when they get onto your website. Like you can have chatbots, you can have virtual stores, you can increase your in-store or on or in website experience. When once you provide a better experience to the visitor on your website, more are the chances that they would not only make purchase from your e-commerce website, but they would also become repeated customer. And believe me, it's the repeated customers that brings you more business, and they also brings future customers. Machine learning also helps you in your delivery transactions and your delivery operations. Like it can help you understand the anticipatory delivery, smart route planning, self-driving vehicles or drones. creating efficient last mile delivery process, which will not only you know um, create higher efficiencies in terms of delivery of the products, in time delivery. It will reduce delivery failures and would also help you in having a very good delivery structure. And at the end, the most important and most challenging problems that e-commerce businesses are facing today is about fraud, return fraud, purchase frauds, account frauds. So this will also help you in maintaining the security standards of your website, right from video surveillance to fraud detections, anomaly detections. And this will help you to make sure that your e-commerce website is not only high performing, it's not only giving you high revenues, it is not only having better customer retention, but it is also very secure. So I'm sure you would have understood why machine learning is very important in today's e-commerce business. If you agree, please let me know a yes on the chat box so that I'll move forward on this particular journey. So let's quickly see what are the basic applications of machine learning as per the Gartner into 2021 use case. So if you can see this particular diagram, you'll be able to see that machine learning has two major benefits in the e-commerce business. At one side, you have business value. On the other side, you have feasibilities. So if you see from here, machine learning helps you in price and promotion optimization, in-store on-shelf availability, personalization, social media monitoring, product sizing, assortment management, demand forecasting, subscription services, fraud and threat detection, in-store management, conversational commerce, hiring. Then you see the leveraging smart robots, monitoring store activities, product selection, development, and design. So these are all different applications of machine learning within your e-commerce business that would transform your retail business to a greater extent. Because once you get all these features aligned in your e-commerce website or within your stores, you will find that your workload goes down, your productivity increases, your efficiency increases, your investments goes down, and your ROIs increases. So overall, this increases your business value. That means your sales, your customer satisfaction, your employee satisfaction, your efficiency, and this also increases your flexibility. That means you would be anytime available to make any changes within your business that would make your business grow. Now, let's understand how big is the artificial intelligence and machine learning market as of now. So currently, the machine learning market, as far as a study done by Fortune Business Insights in 2020, the global AI and machine learning market, which is currently at $3.75 billion, is expected to grow by 31 billion by 2028. That means there would be around 40 to, I would say more than 300% increase in ARR and NRR over the next 5 years. That means machine learning and artificial intelligence is going to be an inseparable part of any business. And once you talk about having automation and digitalization within your business, this is something which is inevitable, and you have to have some or the other component of machine learning and artificial intelligence within your business entity. Now, let's understand different modules, features, and technologies of machine learning that you can adopt within your e-commerce business to grow exponentially, as well as to stabilize your business for next 10 to 15 years. So number one is recommendation engines. Now let's go a little back when there was no e-commerce, when there was no online sales, and you're supposed to get into a clothes shop, and you have the salesman who would be talking to you, showing you different pants, shirts, suits, or whatever it is. Every time understanding what your requirements are, every time trying to make sure what you like, and then give you what you are looking for. And that's a very tedious process, because if there are more than 15 or 20 customers in a shop, and there are three sales sales employees, it becomes very difficult for them to attend all the clients and customers. Now imagine a situation now where you have recommendation engines, where you have machine learning and AI based bots that will analyze a customer based on their behavior, based on their historical data, previous purchases, based on product reviews that they have made, based on what kind of price structure they have been looking for. And this will automatically recommend all the products available within your e-commerce website to those visitors. And that would really help these visitors to find exactly the kind of products that they're looking for. It will not only save time, it would also save efforts, and it will also trigger quick decision making with the visitor who has came on your website to find the product of his or her own choice. So recommendation engine is the first thing that will help your customers to make right product choices, to make right decisions at the right time, at the shortest time, and become your loyal customer. So how do these recommendation engine work? So first is they do segmentations, like I have already said, segmenting the a visitor based on their behavioral patterns, their previous purchase, from social media comments, their browsing histories, their product reviews or whatnot. Then they also understand what kind of product information this particular visitor is looking for, what are different market trends going on at a given point of time, from which geographical location the person is trying to access. The next would be the archetype. What are the user feedbacks on their previous purchases? What are different categories of products that they are browsing? And based on all these informations, your recommendation engine will calculate and come to a decision, and then would recommend products of visitors choice on its screen that will make the visitor's life easy and smooth on your e-commerce platform. So if you see how does this work, so there is an external data. External data can be anything, like I said, from any social media platform, from reviews to product sources to previous purchases. Then there is a geological data. All these data gets processed here, and then after the processing, there's an outcome which is displayed on the customer app. This makes customers' life easy. The customer behavior is recorded, and then again this data is stored on your database. So every time now this customer comes to your website, the information stored here will definitely help this customer to make right purchase decision every time. And every time this customer leaves your website happy, you keep on getting repeated purchases. And like I always said, that it's the repeated customer that brings you more business and new customers. So this is how the recommendation engine works with the machine learning. Are you with me? If yes, please share a yes on the chat box. So the next thing is targeted marketing. Now, no product sales have ever been successful without marketing. Marketing is basically an approach, a pathway to reach your target audience. So machine learning based on different parameters such as behavioral factors, the bounce rate on the website, the conversion rate of visitors, demographic variables like age and gender, psychographic metrics like interest and personality, geographical data like users, city, region, country. It calculates all the different factors, and then it helps you to create targeted marketing campaigns through your social media, through your Instagram, through your Facebook, to WhatsApp marketing, to SMS marketing, so that you reach right target audience, number one, right segment, number two, at the right time with the right emotion. So if all these check boxes are ticked, that's when you communicate your program and your purchase promotions to your audience in the right manner, which would trigger AIDA. Please note it once again. If you have pen and paper, please note it down. The biggest marketing terminology, AIDA, which is A for attention, E for interest, D for desire, and A for action. So if you do a correct targeted marketing with the help of machine learning and AI, you would trigger something called as AIDA, AIDA, attention, intention, desire, and action. Does it excite you? If yes, please send me a yes. Then the next most important thing is giving a one-time great experience to the users when they come to your website. Now, how you can do that? Number one is an AI-based chatbot. An AI-based chatbot is your best move when there is a new customer coming to your website. This chatbot will give them a cognitive experience where they will be interacting with your visitors like a human. It's a human engine, understanding their needs, understanding their emotions, their purchase reasons, their purchase behavior, what they're looking for, when they are looking to buy, what could be the discounts, making sure that your customers are engaged in your website. Now, why it is important? Because as per the human psychology, if a visitor stays in your website for more than 3 to 4 minutes, that's when the IDA triggers. If a person moves out of your website before first 5 minutes, that means you have a higher bounce rate, and if you have a higher bounce rate, that means the chances of your visitor to make a purchase decision decreases. So that is where the chatbots or virtual shopping assistants will play a major role in engaging your visitors to the website, giving them a virtual tour of all the products that are listed in your website, understanding what is their interest area, what kind of products that they're looking for, and then take them to the right category, right product with the right pricing, and then triggers the action so that they make the purchase. Do you agree with this particular scenario? Do you agree that an AI based chatbot is very important for an e commerce business? Guys, let's make this more interesting, because see, this is basically for you, so I would really love to answer all the questions that you might have. Great, thanks Samir, thanks Dipin, thank you so much for affirmation. So AI based chatbot or virtual shopping assistants are very important in order to give a first hand experience to all your visitors. If you can make a strategy, if you make a value chain where you can stick your visitors on the website for more than 5 minutes, I can guarantee you would increase your sales at least by 30 to 35% over the next 3 months. Dynamic pricing. So let me show you this. So there are two concepts. One is called as a static pricing and another is called as a dynamic pricing. So static pricing is basically when you have the average consistent demand of the product. So there is a certain demand and there is a certain price, there is a standard price going on forever. But what if there comes a situation? So let's take two situations out of here. One is when you have decrease in the demand. So if there's decrease in the demand, this machine learning and AI based tool will help you to change your pricing at the real time. Okay, if the demand has gone down, this will automatically calculate all the factors, will give the discounts, will reduce the price, so that still there is a subsequent amount of sales going on. But for example, in the festive times, say LCD demand has grown up. So now this system itself will understand the purchase orders, the frequency of purchases, and then would automatically increase the price in such a way that your sales revenues are always in line with your sales aspirations. So did you understand how machine learning can help you in static versus dynamic pricing structuring? Do you think this would be a good idea where an automated digitized pricing manager sits for you on your e-commerce website, where you do not have to worry about that now my festive seasons have arrived, I have to sit every time and see how many sales we are having and how I have to moderate my pricing. So if there is a dynamic and static pricing manager sitting on your e-commerce website, this is going to take away 90% of your 90% of your hassle. Guys, I could see a lot of questions here. I would really request if you can keep down all your questions, and we'll address all the questions at the end. I'll make sure that I answer all of your questions. Thank you so much. Now, the other most important part of e-commerce business is managing your inventory. So imagine a situation that you have less sales and you have managed high inventories, and at the end of the day, you are ending up at the losing side because you managed higher inventories. The inventories did not got utilized, and now you are at the loss. Also, imagine a situation where you thought that X amount of inventory would be a good inventory, but there was surge in sales, and over a period of time, your inventory got exhausted, and now even if you have a lot of people looking for that particular product, you don't have a product because your inventories are exhausted. So, predicting what could be the optimum inventory of a product in your e-commerce website is very important. And that is where machine learning plays a very important role, because based on your previous purchases, based on the purchase or sales of a product on a given duration, this particular tool can also give you recommendations that which all product needs to have how much inventory, so that you do not end up on losing side, either you have less inventory or more. So machine learning tool also helps you to have a near accurate prediction for your inventory. So now your question would be that how does machine learning would know that what would be the right inventory needed for a given section of time or for a given occasion. So if you see this is an optimization engine, and this optimization engine captures informations like shipment and receipts, loyalty program data, online browsing data, inventory at a given point of time, product sales data, and retail outlet data. And based on this optimization engine or this inventory recommendation engine will give you a optimal inventory prediction, based on which you can have an inventory which will be sufficient enough for your sales and product distribution for a given point of time. Does this excites you? Do you think this makes a valuable contribution in your business sales? If yes, please give me a thumbs up. Do you think inventory optimization is one of the most important contribution machine learning can give to a retail business? Thank you. Thank you so much. This means a lot. Now, the third and most important part. So before I get into this section, I have a question. How many of you as the retail and e-commerce business owners have faced situations where the people have ordered something, you were very happy, you packed the materials, you shipped it, and then something happens, either the person has not received it, or they have made a fraud return, or there has been a payment return, or there has been some other anomaly and you have lost the business. Have you ever encountered this situation in your retail e-commerce business? Come on, gentlemen and ladies, I need to let's make this more engaging, and let's make this more interactive. So in your retail and e-commerce business, have you ever faced a situation where there has been incidences related to fraud returns, fraud payments, account hackings, and you end up losing the business as well as losing the money? If you are facing these, then this is the slide that you need to focus on, because we are definitely going to cover up the most important and most critical part of machine learning contribution in retail e-commerce business. Are you ready for it? Say, let me know a yes. Great. So first thing is return policies. So return policy is always a critical factor with e-commerce and retail based business, because that helps you to gain trust and faith of your customers. So in a situation that they do not like the product, they can get their payments back. But The fraudsters, they understand your return policies and then they try to make illicit gains. Mostly AI powered fraud has been, in the talk for now, either with the deepfake or different AI tools, creating counterfeit receipts, returning the stolen goods, making a illegitimate purchase, and then doing n number of things that would end up the e-commerce owner on the losing side. That's the biggest fraud. So machine learning and AI is very efficient in terms of understanding the right receipts, the right sales records, identifying the buyer with right address, with the right identification, with the right phone number, with the OTP, so that when you are shipping the project or product, you are shipping it to the right person. And even then, if a person returns it, then it's a right return, so that you do not end up on the losing side. Payment frauds. Payment frauds are the talk of the town. There is no second thought that in this era of digital transformation, when it comes as a lot of goods, there are bads too. And that is where the AI has played a very important role in not only detecting the frauds, but also making sure that they stop these frauds to happen. Say, for example, the fraudsters may have employed various tactics like card skimming, phishing, intercepting online payments, using stolen credit cards. Now, this is where the AI plays a very important role in analyzing the right user. If there is any kind of anomalous or any kind of ill transactions being tried by these fraudsters, the AI would prevent it and make sure that you are not on the losing side. So number one, this plays a very important role in return fraud. It also plays a very important role in protecting payment frauds. Account takeover. Account takeover has not been a very specific kind of challenge in Indian market, but when you go to when you have your business expanded into global territories outside the Indian boundaries, there are a lot of activities where people steal credentials, they do social engineering attacks, they do credentials, stuffing, they do credential spoofing, phishing, and at the end of the day, they would make changes, orders based on previous, card data, and then your customers would be on the losing side. And if your customer is on the losing side, then definitely you are going to lose that particular customer and your sales will go down. So this also helps you in saving the accounts of your customers, making sure that all the data, all the payment data, all their social data, their address, everything is secured, encrypted, and protected, so that at no point of time your customer data is leaked, so that your customer information are saved. If your customer information are protected, your customer is bound to stay with you for a longer period of time. So AI and machine learning is definitely going to help e-commerce business overcome return frauds, payment frauds, and account takeover. Are you excited with to know that machine learning is really going to be so helpful for you in managing and improving your e-commerce business? Let me know if you have faced any of these challenges in your e-commerce business till date. Which has been the most challenging threat that you have faced in your e-commerce business? Return fraud, payment fraud, or account takeover? Now let's understand that how does the machine learning will help in the fraud detection. So it captures data, it processes the data, it does feature extraction, it does rule definition and management. Based on the behaviors, we use NLP and model training. We integrate and deploy all these calculations together, and then based on these inputs, the tool helps you to analyze, identify any kind of threat. Now, after the identification of threat, It not only gives you alerts, but it also triggers a protection mechanism so that at the same time, you are not only aware that there is a threat, but you're also protected against that threat. Now, if you have such system within your e-commerce website, there will be a certain level of rise in the confidence of your customers to make purchases from your website. So having an e-commerce business is one thing, and having a secured, stable, and theft and fraud proof website is another thing. So it's your choice that what kind of e-commerce website you should have or you must have in the business. Just a normal e-commerce website or an e-commerce website where you are theft protected, fraud protected, highly customer useful, and a website that gives you data, information, and reports for efficient decision making. The choice is yours. Now, what are the advantages of machine learning in fraud detection as well as in overall efficiency of retail and e-commerce business? So machine learning first on a first hand enhances the speed and efficiency. Number two, because it is an automated tool, it has continuous availability. Because there is enhanced in the speed and efficiency, you have cost savings, you have enhanced learning, you have higher accuracy, and you have reduced human involvement. Once you have reduced human involvement and you have got digitization in place, your error rate goes down. So if you see, again, this is a cycle. If your error rate goes down, you have increased efficiency, you have got continuous availability, you have done cost saving, you have got learning, and you are again improving the accuracy. So this is a 360-degree cycle that will keep on going. And once this gets into the system that becomes a part of the ecosystem, your overall business is bound to have higher profits, higher productivity, and higher revenues. Now, another very good example of how retail fraud detection works. So, number one, it understands inventory processes. So, what happens is every time a buyer makes a purchase, the inventory not only reduces the stock, but also tags the kind of product purchased by a buyer. It also does buyer behavior analysis. It also takes care of understanding the supply chain when it comes to the returns and shipping, and also price optimization. So, say for example, if I am your buyer, I buy a certain kind of product with a certain price range, and these are my addresses where I am receiving my product. But if somebody has taken over my account and buys an altogether different product with a very high price range with a change address, this particular system will identify that there is something wrong, will give an alert not only to the admin, but also will send an alert to the customer, and that would stop any kind of potential fraud within your e-commerce website. Don't you think if this kind of system exists in your e-commerce website, your customers are more bound to stay with you? So this is where machine learning and AI applications in retail fraud detection will help you to gain trust, faith, and satisfaction of your customers. Now, machine learning also helps you in understanding the sales forecasting, which is very important because if you're aware what would be the sales trend in a given period of time, you will not only be able to manage your inventories, but you can also manage your delivery processes. You will also be able to manage your marketing. You'll be able to manage your pricing strategy. Also will be able to manage your promotions, your ads. This will not only help you to optimize your pricing and profits, but you will also be able to optimize your entire retail and e-commerce operations, which at the end of the day will give you higher revenues. In the business, everything is about increased revenues. So machine learning and AI will help you in optimizing your sales forecast, your supply chain management, your trends, your operating costs, your challenges, in a way that there would be a seamless transition from challenges to opportunities. Top 5 machine learning techniques for sales forecasting. So, first is a time series analysis. So, time series analysis is basically where the machine learning tool understands what are the purchase patterns in a given timeline, like in festive seasons, off seasons, monsoon seasons, or typically, any kind of, what do you say, the all different offers or maybe different historical dates. The next is to make sure that these predictions are accurate. Again, these predictions are done based on the historical patterns. They also not only do the predictions for a given period of time, but they also do the predictions for future. This helps the e-commerce business to have increased accuracy, improved efficiency, enhanced insights, and higher rate of predictive analytics. Predictive analytics is one of the key features of machine learning and AI in e-commerce and retail business. Benefits of machine learning in retail industry. So number one, you get best prices. You can decide best prices for products and services, not only for suppliers, but also for your customers. This helps you in predicting the inventory levels needed so that you do not end up on losing side. Because you would have virtual assistants and chatbot, this will help you to stay on toes and engage your customer 24/7 so that they feel personalized attention without major human involvement and they stick to your brand. It helps you to calculate best offers, best quotations, best deals, and make good judgment based on the historical data so that you would be able to stand upfront, right on with the competition, and have more revenues. And last but not the least, it helps you to provide a great experience to your customers. The better the experience, the higher are the customer conversion ratios. The higher are the customer conversion ratios, the higher are the revenues. So this is it from my side in terms of letting you know how machine learning can help you increase sales for your e-commerce business. Now, as I promised, I'm open for all the questions that you might have, and I can help you with any question or answer that you need. So I'm up for it. Please let me know what are the questions that you have. Team, can you please help me with the questions of the attendees?
Uh, there are there are few questions.
Yeah.
Mm. Um, First of all, what is conversion rate?
Okay. So conversion rate is basically, say for example, on a given day, 100 people have visited your website and only 2 people have made a purchase. So your conversion rate is 2%. So conversion rate is basically the number of people visiting your website and number of people who have made purchase from your website. Right? So conversion rate is the percentage of people visiting your website to the percentage of people who have made an actual purchase. May I have the next question, please?
Uh, Based on keyword search, they do marketing. Why am I need?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Based on keyword search, they do marketing. Why machine learning need?
Okay. So machine learning will help you record all the key searches. If you start recording the keywords of the searches manually, and if your website is having more than say 10,000 people visiting a website and making more than 50,000 searches, how are you going to make sure and make a concrete 10 or 8 keywords that are highly searched? So machine learning would be able to help you identifying the highest searches from the n number of search data. This is going to reduce your time and come up with the accurate keyword which is being, and also this will not only help you to understand and identify accurate keyword, but this will also be able to help you with understanding keywords with different parameters. For example, the keyword that a 40-year-old is searching might not be a keyword that a 16-year-old might search. So machine learning would also help you identify the keywords searched by different people with different genders, different age groups, different locations, different purchasing power, different need of the product, and then you can create targeted marketing campaigns with those keywords, which is technically not possible while you do the keyword segmentations manually.
Next one is how it is maintained in machine learning. Explain more, please.
Sorry, what is maintained in machine learning? I mean, what you want to understand more about? Which particular process? Keyword. Okay.
Keyword.
So typically what happens is everything is stored in database, right? So your website would have a database. What happens is this machine learning tool sits on your database and monitors all the activities which are being done on your website. And based on the kind of information you need, you just have to write, or you have to figure out the filters based on which this particular tool will extract all the informations pertaining to a filter that you provide and then give you in the reporting format. It is just like you have a filter or an intelligent human sitting on top of your database, monitoring every single transaction, and then gives you the information that you desire at the real time, at the quickest possible time. Well, algorithm completely depends upon what kind of database you have. You can have Oracle database, you can have MySQL, you can have SQL, and then based on that, there are different technology framework like TensorFlow, you have Python, you have SkySet. So based on what is the tech stack used to create that ML tool, it completely depends on that. But it is irrespective of any database. You can have any database on your website. It completely depends upon what the tech framework you use in developing that machine learning tool. So this is basically TensorFlow and SkySet. So return policy is defined by you. So you define your return policy. The machine learning tool only understands the transaction. So return policy works, say for example, if there is a user who has purchased 3 times and have returned 2 times, right? So it actually studies the return patterns. Most of the time there are people who just does ordering. They want to make any kind of losses to the e-commerce business. So in case if somebody orders an X product and this product is starting from Bangalore and it has to be delivered to a Y part in the country, this incurs say 2,000 rupees delivery charges, and then there are different other freights that are used. Now, if this particular I would say product is either returned or not accepted, there is a 2,000 rupees loss to the e-commerce company. So if there is a customer who has already done 6 to 7 returns or 6 to 7 not acceptance, then this machine learning tool will be able to identify that there is an order from a customer ID who is completely every time continuously making the orders and then returning the orders. So this will give an alert to the admin that, see, this is a customer who all the time makes a return. So better not to take the order and not to get into a losing side. I'm sure you will be able to understand the example. Okay, let me go through an example. Just a minute. Let's say user buys a shoe product, add to cart, then payment, then delivery. How ML works here? Okay, so let's take this example. So for example, there is a customer A.
Chetan, there is one new question in
Mhm.
the message box.
I have opened it. That's what I'm going. Um, by Mr. Thangaraju, I guess. The shoe product question, right? So, am I audible? Hi, am I audible? Purvi, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So let's take this example of shoe purchase. So say for example, there is a customer named A, and this person has made shoe purchase, getting into the payment, and has, so now let's understand, any kind of fraud, any kind of return fraud will only happen when the payment is on COD. Now, machine learning will identify that how many times this A customer has made an advance payment, how many times this person has asked for COD payment. Now, the number, say if this customer has asked 10 times COD payment, and out of 10 times, 8 times, either there is a product return or product has not been accepted. So then this will help you in two ways. First, this will not, in the first place, this will not accept a COD. Or in the second place, this will ensure that for this particular customer, COD option is not available and only advance payment option is available. So in that case, you would be protected from the payment or a return fraud, so that you do not accept a wrong order, invest in delivery, invest in all kind of flights, and end up losing your money. So this is where machine learning will be able to identify the behavior and the fraud policies that has been done by a given customer, and will help you in protecting your money, protecting your losses, and making sure that you do not end up on the losing side. Have I been able to answer the question? Ubi, do we have any other questions?
No, we don't have any other questions. So we can wrap up the call.
Great. So thank you everybody for being on this call. We will be reaching out to you with the recording of. Okay. So how ML will help you in sales is, like I said, machine learning will help you in managing, predicting your sales forecast. Machine learning will help you in predicting your inventory. Machine learning will help you understand the customer's behavior, what are the customer's product choices, give them the recommendations when then they are on the website, making sure that their stay in the website is seamless, smooth, helpful, and then taking them to the right product so that they can make product purchase decisions. There may not be an absolute direct impact of machine learning on your sales, but there will be contributed and coordinated efforts that will collectively increase your sales from your e-commerce website. And what we can also do is, because we are having shortage of time, we will be reaching out to you with a copy of this presentation. You can set up a one-on-one 30 minutes call with me to understand your business specific use cases of machine learning and AI. I will be more than happy. Obviously, analytics is enough, but analytics will only come with the help of AI and machine learning. So analytics is one of the implementation of machine learning and AI in the retail business. You're absolutely right.
Since there are no more questions, thank you for joining the call.
Right.
We'll be sharing the details with you.
Thanks, Purvi. Thank you, everybody, for being on this call. We will definitely reach out to you.
Thank you all.